Hey guys, we're going to talk about housing inventory and why housing inventory matters to you, whether you are looking to buy your first home or you own a home right now. I'm going to try not to bore you. We're going to keep this applicable, but inventory is important and it is a major topic of the day. So we're going to jump in. So if you think about inventory, I want you to think about Black Friday. And specifically, I want you to think about this picture. So if you've ever seen those crazy videos of people waiting in line to get the flat screen TV or the iPhone, then you know a little bit about inventory or scarcity, lack of inventory specifically. So right now, the housing market looks something like this, or more recently, probably something more like this, right? So COVID-19, we're looking for our paper towels and our toilet paper. That is scarcity, and you have a lot of people fighting over a limited amount of inventory. So if you could keep that picture in your mind, you're gonna have a really good idea of what we're talking about. And so, not to bore you too much, but this is a supply and demand curve or line graph. And in essence, what we just need to understand is that economics drive pricing, and in a lot of ways, they drive the market, right? So when we're talking about housing and we're talking about inventory, we're talking about supply and we're talking about demand. And supply of homes is what we're talking about when we talk about inventory. How many homes are available to sell, and then how many people are out there actually looking for homes? That's demand, right? So if you have too much supply and not enough demand, you got a surplus, right? If you get too much demand and not enough supply, you've got a shortage. And that's what we're talking about right now. The housing market, we've been in a bit of a housing shortage for years, right? So it's been a seller's market. I would call it a light seller's market for a handful of years now. But right now it is an extreme seller's market. We've got a big time demand and not enough supply to fill it. So let's talk about the factors impacting that and why it is the way it is right now. So number one, low interest rates, right? So because of everything that's going on with COVID-19, banks are lending at a very, very low rate. So the cost to borrow money is extremely low. I've probably gotten 6 emails this year that says we've hit a new record low in mortgage rates, right? So anytime money is cheap, affordability increases. So what you could afford to buy increases. You're going to have buyers that couldn't buy before that now can afford to buy. So that's going to increase the demand for houses. Number two, out of state move-ins. And this has been a trend that's not unique to 2020. For the last handful of years, Texas has been bringing people in droves. And a lot of that has to do with us being a very business friendly state. So you have a lot of large corporations that are moving their headquarters here. And with that brings people. So more people equals more demand for houses. And then kind of the last factor, and this is specific to this year, obviously, COVID-19. And this is more has to do with supply. So because of the virus, because of people's fears surrounding the virus, because they don't want people coming through their house, potentially making them sick. There's a lot of people that are potential sellers or people that maybe had planned to sell their homes that have chosen not to list them this year. So whereas supply would normally be a little bit higher, it's been lower than normal this year due to COVID-19. And so overall, you can see we got demand increasing in multiple ways, and then you've got supply decreasing. And really, the only thing to ease the burden on that is either for more pre-owned home sellers to bring their houses to market, which I think will happen over the next year to 2 years as people get a little bit more comfortable with this new normal, or builders to build more houses. And right now, if you ask any builder, they are trying to keep up, but they can't build enough houses. So what does that mean for you? If you're a buyer, what that means is, number one, you need to have a plan to buy. You can't just roll out and think that you're gonna have your pick of the litter. You need to go out and get pre-approved. You need to be able to put together, a very seller-friendly offer, especially if you're looking to buy a pre-owned home right now. You need to think through the ways that you can make your offer more appealing to sellers, because chances are very good, unless you're buying a home over $1.5 million, that you are going to be either in a bidding war or you're going to be in a situation where you're going to move quickly, because homes are going off the market fast. If you're a seller, this means that you're probably going to have a lot of demand for your house, which is great, but you need to think through, okay, how do I price my home in a way that's competitive, but I also don't want to get greedy here, because the sellers that are greedy because they think this is going to work it's in their favor to where they can price their home anywhere they want to, those homes are still going to sit on the market. So don't get it twisted. That's still going to happen. But do know this is a really, really friendly environment for you as a seller. And then for you, that those of you who are looking to sell your home and buy a home, it gets a little bit tricky, right? So people that would normally be able to buy with a sale contingency, so putting an offer on a home with a contingency for the sale of their home, that's just not really working well right now, because sellers, they don't want that hang up. So a lot of people are thinking about different ways that they can either qualify for two mortgages, going and buying a house, then selling their house, or they're selling their house first, moving into a in between situation, either with family or an apartment, and then going and buying a home, or using something like a bridge loan to be able to bridge the gap between the two. So those are some options that I'd be thinking about if I was trying to do that tap dance of selling a home and buying a home right now. Anyway, hope this was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, please comment or private message me. I would love to hear those, be able to respond. And then if you got any ideas of what you might want to talk about next, like I'm trying to roll these out every week, send me topics you'd like me to discuss, and I'll put these together. It's fun for me to do that. So feel free to send that over. Really appreciate you guys watching, and I will talk to you guys soon.